Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, the 2nd of May. I don't know, it's like 5:15 in the morning, getting ready to go to work. Got the muffler fixed yesterday for about, I don't know, took me an hour, cost me about $10. I'm grateful for that. I was thinking on my drive-in today, what makes you guys happy? 'Cause, I walk around these days and I don't see too many people smiling, and it's kind of a hard thing to do because the economy and bombings and stuff. What makes you happy? And then even it could be the little things like I could be carrying boxes out, and they always get caught in the door, and I lose them, and a big old fiasco. And I've had people hold the door open for me, and I'm like, oh, I'm thankful for that. It makes me happy. But another thing, for me is May is a bad month for me. I lost my mother in May due to cancer. I got in a bad head-on car accident in May, hit a tree. So it's a bad month for me experience-wise. So I try to not think about those things. My mom's birthday was in May, so I try to think of more positive things, and pray that I'm happy, and pray that everybody else is happy also. So I just want to hear from everybody else. Well, what makes them happy, and tell me about some of the good things that are going on in your life, or good things that happened to you in May. So, I want everybody, you want everybody to be happy, but there's days it's just impossible. Things just one bad thing after another, after another, after another. It's like, man, I can't get out of this hole. Can't dig it out. But I also want to thank for the people that have followed these video logs so far. It's all new to me. It's not an easy thing to talk in front of a camera and figure out what we're going to talk about. I know I'm pretty happy and proud today myself, actually, for fixing that exhaust and driving all in. It's not very loud. I mean, people have told me, they look at me and go, you look like a guy that's not very mechanical inclined. You can't do that. Well, I don't turn around, I was like, okay, but I don't turn around like if people go, well, it doesn't look like you know how to tie your shoes today because you're wearing flip-flops. People judge people too much. But I'd really want to get into politics, but everybody thinks inside the box on that one, where I think outside the box on that one, and I don't want to get into much of that on these things. Another thing is not only what makes you happy, I want to know what kind of, if you work out, what kind of routines you do, and who you hang out with when you do it, or who you hang out, what you do for fun. Dieting, what your experiences for dieting? I mean, I know this one lady I work with, the last time I knew, she lost like 50 pounds, and she looks great. But it's like, well, what'd you do? What works for you? And that's just it, it's hard with diets because everything works different for everybody else. Everybody tries this all one diet, like the Atkins diet or some other crazy diet, and it works for them and it doesn't work for ours because our bodies are all different. So, enough on that rambling. Just trying to get some ratings, trying to get some followers on people. Hear suggestions on things. What do you think about the video so far? What would you like to hear, see? Ideas. Just send comments, text me, call me. Good or bad, I want people to be honest. A lot of people don't do that these days. ain't very honest. Straight shooters. They just give you the runaround and act like they like you sometimes and feed you full of shit. You know, it's like you walk around a lot of places and people just fake smile, fake laugh, and they're not themselves. They don't know who themselves are. They don't know what they want out of life. You know, it's the daily things that go through my mind. What do I want to be through life? I'm a custodian right now. I could kick myself in the ass saying that, but if I wasn't to be a custodian, if I wasn't to have the job that I have now, I wouldn't be able to provide. I wouldn't be able to have this car that takes me to this work. I wouldn't be able to provide for my children. I have a almost 2-year-old preemie son, and I think almost a 12-year-old daughter, and I wouldn't be able to do things for them financially if I didn't have a job. But it's just not just about finances. I mean, you got to be there for your kids, because if it's tough for us now, imagine what it's going to be for them. A lot tougher, especially if this government's going the way it's going and jobs are going the way they're going. They're going to have it tough. So, I mean, schooling helps. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing school, but please teach your kids how to properly handle money, because I was never shown how to budget my money and put it in savings and shop around and all that, and don't buy on last minute decisions, because unfortunately I have to file for bankruptcy, and some of that's because I help co-sign for people and help them out and been the nice guy. But you got to be there to teach these kids common sense, because the schools, they just teach you, I don't know, the histories and chemistry, and some of that stuff helps them in the job world. Don't get me wrong. You got to have a lot of that. You know how to read, write, solve problems, but it all boils down to common sense. But I'm gonna leave off with that, everybody, and I really hope that you'll have a good day, and I hope to see a lot of smiles and faces, and I hope to see everybody do some good deeds for somebody today. That reminds me, when I was younger, not that I'm old, when I was in elementary school, I had a tutor named Mr. Coffee, and a lot of things he taught me, a lot of kids or people don't know these days, like take your hat off when you walk inside a building, hold the door open for somebody, look people in the eye when you talk to them, treat people with respect. It went on, and I try to carry on that stuff every day. But there's days I slip, just like anybody else. So yeah, I like to hear back from everybody. I gotta cut you guys short. I gotta get heading off to work and do my 7.5 hour day, and I have a day off tomorrow. Woohoo! I'm gonna do some research on trying to figure out, raise some money so I can get some of the equipment that I need, which isn't much for my podcast, because these aren't always going to be videos. I'm going to be hopefully podcasting off iTunes. I just want to get a good computer, like a Mac, that has GarageBand on it and a few microphones. Get it rolling. But I want to thank everybody, and I want to tell everybody that I love them, and family and friends, and I wish you a very good day.